All right, what is up, guys? Season 38, war number, honestly, I don't even know, 5, 6? I think it's 6. We're going up against Legion. I filmed this, I kind of set up this video a few days ago, and we fought the war longer ago than that, so I've just been super busy, so I might seem a little lost in the commentary. I apologize for that. This is supposed to maybe be my last war in New Nation, but it ended up not being the case, so I'm excited to be staying with them for a little longer. Section 1, I'm taking Path 8. I'm taking this Human Torch. My team, as you can see, is Archangel. I don't remember who else I brought. Hulkling, and that'll be for this Magneto, and then also Nebula. So I have 6 fights in this war. I was a little worried about it, to tell you the truth. There's some fights I've never taken before, some champions I don't use very often. So I used a boatload of units, changed my masteries like 2 to 4 times. I used a lot of boost. I really didn't want to die. Like I said, I thought this might be my last war with New Nation. So, and I'll say more about that later. But yeah, I wanted to play it safe. So this first fight, I have Human Torch. This is on Rich Get Richer, and I think it has feats of power as well. So I was a little worried about it because there's really no way to control it with Archangel, except for hoping you get Neurozone and shutting down the node. So what I decided to do, I actually made a big brain move, and I decided to Dex and then just wait. So I wanted to just kind of hit into his block and wait because I knew he would have no buffs at this point, and I saw that I had a ton of Furies. I think once I got to a little over 10, I went ahead and decided to go to town. So it's one thing I did not realize about this node. I did not realize that the Furies, it's not like when he gets more buffs than me that actually all my Furies just went away. I forget why. I think maybe because I guess because Dex went away. So that's interesting. I thought I just learned something new. So apparently when the buff when the buff goes away, so do the Furies. Anyway, I thought it worked a little bit different. I thought he got more buffs than me, and then I thought my Furies were decreasing. Never mind. Okay. Well, anyway, I feel like it was a smart way to start it off, getting those Furies and then Archangel going to town. So fight was super easy, super safe. Nothing went wrong. Only thing different I could have done was maybe not throw a special, I guess, or something. So next up, I have this Magneto. On node number 26, I believe it is, and I'm taking him with Hulkling. Really nothing to worry about here. Hulkling is shock immune and also poison immune. I went ahead and put a bunch of points in my masteries for Coagulate, as well as the other one that's for bleeds, just in case I had to hit him during the bleed phase. So the game plan here is to get a little bit of power, and then back off, wait till you got to 5 shapeshift charges, go into his block, and then drop a special 2. As you'll see here, that works very well, and I actually can't remember why, but I gain a ton of extra power. Maybe because I'm immune to shock, and that's giving me something. Honestly, I'm not too sure. But I didn't want him to get to a special 2. I wanted him just to use the special ones. The special 2s can be a little dicey. So at this point, I'm just waiting to get above those 5 shapeshift charges, which I do. So now I'm just see through that heavy out of nowhere. I'm just waiting for him to back up a little bit. And then here I'm going to do a 5-hit combo right into a special 2. Oh, it's because I have power back boost. That's why. No, okay. So that power back boost took me right to a special 3. Thankfully, I just blocked a special 2. Like I said, those can be a little dicey. And then I threw Hulking's special 3, and Magneto went down super, super quick. That fight was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't too worried about it, but, once again, it's a fight I had never taken before. So that was good. So after this, I went ahead and I had to change my masteries up again. I turned on Suicides. I'm going to be using Nebula. And I was really worried about this Maul fight. I just don't like fighting Maul if I'm not using someone like Doom or Human Torch. I don't know, I'm not the greatest at reparry, and then also he degens you a lot for different reasons. So I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan. I don't mind quaking him as well, but as a result, I was like, I'm going to be super safe. Nebula is poison and bleed immune. This node has one eye open, so I'm not going to be parrying anyway. and using specials, except for my special 3. So I decided to turn on full suicides, try to make this fight go as quickly as possible. I wanted to read about Nebula's abilities to see what would happen after I threw a special 3. The good thing about this that I did not realize is Nebula is shock immune, and when I think part of the node is when when the node tries to inflict shock upon you, you actually benefit from that, and you get extra shocks, or whatever they're called, yourself, to place on the opponent. You're going to see this fight, I do mess up a little bit. My goal here was just to punish his heavies and let suicides do their work with the heavier hits. I can't remember, he catches me here somewhere. I think I back off, he throws, oh, right there. That was crazy. That took away so much of my health right there. Over 30% so fast. So at this point, I'm like, damn. I'm like, I freaking hate Maul. So I'm playing around his falter timer. At 20, 40, 60, so on, he gets, I get falter, so I was trying to just play around that. But thankfully, the fight's going a little bit better at this point. Like I said, just playing around that falter time. Trying not to give him any missions that are accomplished. So I don't degen at all. But yeah, like I said, Maul is just it's kind of annoying. So he didn't really want to throw the special 1. Then he threw it. I guess I got a buff, is my guess. And that's why I degen, because I think when you gain a buff, that's one of his missions. That, when you miss, and then some other, can't remember what the other one is. I trained a 5K today, this morning, so my brain's a little fried. Anyway, at this point, I know he's pretty low in health, but I'm also taking a lot of block damage, so I just want to get this fight over as quickly as I can. And I do, and I throw that special 2, and I had to use some potions for that, but thankfully he went down pretty easy. So after that fight, I was a little worried about this void as well, because I was like, I was like, dang it. I was like, that Maul took a while. However, thankfully, I could parry here, so I could just do the normal Nebula method, which is build to 20 shocks, and then drop a special 2 after a parry. And like I said, you get to those 20 shocks super fast because the node does inflict shock. So that works out really well. Void's always a little bit of weird defender. He just has weird animations. But yeah, so my goal here is just to get as many shocks as I can. If I could go back and do it again, I would probably just not even worry about holding block, because you get shocks. You get 5 shocks, I think, from each time they try to inflict shock upon you. So I'm already at 20 shocks, and I was like, oh, nice. I'm trying to just manage his debuff timer thingy. But at this point, I'm at 20 shocks, so I'm like, all right, let's just go to town. This might, hurt him pretty bad. I didn't really know how bad, and it killed him. So Nebula special 2 for the win. All right, my last 2 fights, I have this Nick Fury, and I have a scroll, mini. This Nick Fury fight was interesting. I had a alliance mate. I waited for him to place some Odin pre-fights, because the node has Rich Get Richer, and Nick Fury can be a dick, and I did not want him getting to a special 3. Also, I went ahead and turned off suicides, because Archangel does not need them, and he would definitely die with the poisons and the bleeds. So I thought about Rich Get Richer, but I didn't really think about it enough. What I should have done is just use the node to get to my special 2s and fired them off as I got them. But instead, I don't know, I kind of was in between doing the special 3 method, which I don't even know if it works anymore. Honestly, I never did do it originally, where I think when his first life dies, you throw a special 3, and then he actually doesn't heal back at all. I got lucky there. I don't know why I tried that. And then also, I think I wanted to hold my special 3 for when he got down to 30%, thinking that would kill him. Well, that was stupid as well. So just trying to manage his charges here. He throws a special 1, not a big deal. So at this point, I should have just thrown my special 3. But what I was thinking was, I need to hold the special 3 for his decoy mode. Once again, I don't know, just didn't think it through enough. I was just thinking, fight him like a normal Nick Fury. So I don't think he has max sig, because his decoy is dying a lot faster than I thought. There's a little bit of lag right there, as you saw. And his special 2 could easily caught me because of that lag. I would have been so angry. This node also has, what is it? Is it EOP or something like that? But basically, the more bars of power he gains, the more he hits through my block. So he's starting to hit really hard through my block at this point. So I know at this point, I think this is when I realized, hey, the special 3 is not going to kill him, so I'm going to have to take more blocked hits, which, like I said, at this point, is kind of just ripping through my block. And this is not going to stun him as well because he's stun immune. So at this point, I'm like, crap, what do I do here? He's at 12 charges. I wanted to be careful. And I think he might go unblockable. Well, yeah, he does. But praise the Lord, I got to a special 2, and I finished the fight. So that was definitely not the cleanest fight in the world. But that's how Nick Fury usually goes. How he is, he's usually kind of like that. So next I have one more fight. I'm taking the Super Scroll. I'm taking him with Archangel as well. Both of these fight, Nick Fury and Super Scroll, they were both kind of jerks. I feel like I didn't get very lucky maybe with RNG with the Neuros on this fight, or maybe he was doing his little stutter stepping, so I had trouble pairing. I'm not sure, but I was definitely not about to die on my last fight. So yeah, the goal here is just to parry heavy, get those Neuros going so you don't have to worry about anything with the node, and kind of shuts down his abilities. Do not get hit in the face with a special 2, and all will be good. So yeah, a lot of times when I fight Super Scroll, he kind of pauses there before he goes in, and he throws a heavy, and his heavy's kind of weird, so you just need to stay away from it. As you can see, I'm just having a little bit of trouble getting off a clean parry and really getting any Neuros. Thankfully, I just got 1, and he throws his special 1. And that Super Scroll has his own falter timer as well, which is kind of why he's placed here, I think. So, but thankfully my Neuros shut that down, so I didn't have to play around that at all. At this point, he's got a special 2. I was a little worried about him getting to a special 3. And a special 2, he throws real fast, so you got to be careful with it. It can really catch you and incinerate you super bad. So at this point, I'm kind of just trying to get him down as quickly as I can, and he goes down. So this war was really ugly. We were losing 7-3, and they had like 140 kills or 130 some, and then they just gave up a lot of deaths at the very end, and we ended up winning on time, I was not expecting that. So at this point, I think we're 5-1. It was a good overall war. Hopefully we can keep it up. We're number 2 at this point, and hopefully we'll finish strong. So thanks for watching.